Hi guys, welcome back. This is Real Life Talk with Blessing. I'm on the show with my very good friend Essay. We're talking about something that has become regular nowadays. We hear stories like this. This is the story, guys. Someone on Twitter actually said he had a friend. The guy is late now. That he died in 2018 in a car accident actually, and he left his wife and 4 children. That from 2015 to 2017 he built a house in Delta that his wife was unaware of, and for 2 years he secretly built a house without anyone knowing about it. This house had 4 flats in it, and when he completed, he started renting the house out. This is actually weird, babe. You mean, because definitely he will still eat from this woman, and definitely most likely had sexual intercourse with her, and you could not tell her you're building. Like, seriously.
That's why I said there's something wrong with that relationship.
Wow, this is crazy. And when he completed the house, he started renting them out and kept 1 flat for himself. So Oga had plans for 1 flat, guest house.
That's why I didn't tell her about the flat, the block of flats.
I'm sure, maybe.
That's why I didn't tell her.
Maybe he just wanted to have this secret life.
Yeah.
That he kept 1 flat for himself. He furnished the house and regularly went there with his side chick. He started collecting rent for the place from 2017 before he died in a car accident. So, guess what? When he died, nobody knew he had a property, okay? Then the most surprising part was tenants who lived in that apartment couldn't reach the landlord. From 2019 to 2021, these tenants were living in an apartment worth over 300,000 for 4 solid years. They were not paying rents. Free house. You don't see something?
God has turned his wisdom to stupidity, foolishness.
And none of them pack. They stay free house.
Oh yeah. Who would pack?
Okay. So it was when one of the flats was on fire and almost entered the guy's flat, the landlord's flat. That was when they broke the door and brought out relevant things. You see documents and everything. That was when they now started checking, like a diary or something where he wrote plumber's number, engineer, block supply. Then they found his wife's number. That was how this woman knew her husband had a house. So the question now is, why do one keep such secret from someone they call their partner? What would make a man build blocks of flats and his wife had no idea about it? Do you get? Because this is supposed to be like a partnership. You guys are married, not just 2 strangers living with each other. Is it that the man is scared of the wife? He doesn't trust her? What would make someone want to do something like that? You find out the man dies and there's a secret life he was living somewhere. It's becoming like a norm. You hear, oh, the man died. Then maybe some years later they found out there was one thing about him that the wife didn't know about. Because I was just thinking, you see people get married every day. Oh, they have a nice photo shoot. They look happy. Then something happens. You hear the man has 1 secret life he was living somewhere. Oh, the man had a house somewhere. Oh, the man had a family somewhere. Why is this?
First of all, I've even questioned that relationship.
Right?
Yeah, I would question the relationship. You say you're married to someone and you cannot share the fact that you have bought a piece of land or a parcel of land. And you've commenced building, you've finished building, you've put tenants, and you can't share that information with your supposed spouse. There's something wrong with the
There
relationship.
is.
There's something definitely wrong with that relationship. I think a lot of people just live for the wedding.
You're right.
Most I mean, in days of old, I think most people kind of regarded there was some kind of sanctity as far as marriage was concerned. But now, most people I see just live for the wedding, to show off how many people they're able to get on their train,
How many wedding dresses,
how many dresses they wear,
decorations,
exactly,
who came and
then,
who didn't,
and then who they can tag on social media. So the values are being eroded.
Yeah.
And it's sad, but it's the reality of our times.
Yes, you're right.
There's no value in that relationship, because if you value a relation, even if the person is not your husband or your wife, if you value a relationship with even a friend or your sibling, you'll be able to say, see what I'm doing. Unless the man went somewhere and they told him that this is the winch that is not going to allow you to progress. I don't understand. Maybe somewhere maybe he went to one of these dodgy churches or spiritual homes or centers, and they told you, that woman, she's the one that is going to cause your downfall. Because you buy a parcel of land, you build for 2 years, 2015 to 2017, and then you die in 2018. If you had told the woman, they would have now said, as soon as she finished building the house, she killed him so that she would collect the property. So maybe it's even better that I didn't even tell the poor woman. She's free. I don't know. There's something wrong with that relationship.
Yeah, it's very troubling.
Well, I wish if only the dead could speak.
True.
Unfortunately, the dead can't speak.
It's true though.
It could be it could be anything. Right now, we're only going to speculate. Maybe he went to church and he was told that the wife is a witch, or because of his clandestine plan to actually
carrying
keep
women
one of the flats for himself and do whatever he likes with it. That's why he didn't tell her. But at the end of the day, what did he gain?
He didn't gain anything. That would have been something that would have sustained his family.
Thank you.
Family.
I can just imagine if after he passed on, the wife maybe was not working.
Just imagine. Okay, imagine she was a housewife.
Exactly, she was a housewife.
Imagine what she would have gone through, suffering with the kids.
The next thing now will be the kids' school fees will not be paid. They now stop going to school.
God.
People are living in their father's
house.
property.
In their father's property, that's true.
Property, because they're a block of flats.
Yes. But that's
living in their father's property.
That's
free of charge. At the end of the day, what has he achieved?
Yeah, oh God. But I don't know how a woman will feel finding out something like that.
No, I'm sure
she'll feel betrayed.
There must have been something. See,
why are some men like this?
Yeah.
Is it that they don't love their wives?
Men are like, I liken men to children. Why would you definitely be thinking, why would I say that? You know how you buy a toy for a child, he sees that toy, he's so excited about the toy.
Right.
Do you understand?
Yes.
And he's ready to play with that toy from morning till night. If you go maybe a few days after and buy another toy, that's toy that's...
You're right.
Most men are like that. I won't say all men. Most men are like that. When they want to get married, they see this lady, they're excited about the lady, they get married. Nobody is perfect. You're definitely, it's different when you're courting, when all you do is you come to my house, we spend some time together. But when you start living with another individual, you actually you see the flaws.
Yes.
So at that point in time, he now starts looking for something that doesn't have that flaw that he's seeing. And if all he needs to see is, oh, this person has a bright smile, this person, and then he's attracted to another
new toy.
To a new toy. And then the excuse my language, the old toy in the house now becomes irrelevant. He's now so smitten by this one outside. And so he feels, I can't. He could actually, I'm sure his girlfriends knew that block of flats belongs to him, because he would have told a few of them, and this is my property.
To show off.
Yes, this is my property. But he won't tell
his wife. But
so it's sad, but it's the reality of our it's the reality of our times. Something was definitely wrong with the relationship he had with his wife.
Well, this is where we need to talk to people and make them understand, especially our young men and women. Relationship is easy. You're not living together. A lot of them don't live together. Marriage is a different ballgame.
It's a different ballgame. Yeah.
Marriage is a different thing. So when you're getting ready, be ready. Don't just see his smile, his legs, his wide chest, his broad shoulders,
or his bank account. Because some ladies base their judgment of a man
on his wealth.
On his wealth, yeah. And then overlook the fundamentals,
the important things. You're very right. Yes.
So,
especially
like I said,
now.
Yes, something was wrong with that relationship. We don't know the story. We don't know the full story.
True.
We don't know the full story.
Because this is just his own friend
narrating. Yes. By the time, if the man were alive, he would tell his own side of the story. There's
always two sides to a story.
No, there are three sides to a story. That's the way I look at it.
Okay, can you tell us how?
There are always three sides to a story. Your side of the story, my side of the story, and the truth.
You're very right. It's true.
The truth. Because you will tell your own side to make yourself look good. I will tell my own side to make myself look good. And then the truth that only God knows. And he'll just be looking at all of us and be shaking his head.
But when I saw this story, I said, who am I going to talk to about this? Someone with experience, someone with a lot of wisdom also. And I said, oh yes, I see, I know. You see, a lot of things we hear these days, you say, how did this one happen? But these things are going on every day. Every day.
Unfortunately, it's, how some people will say, if only you were a Christian, if only you were a believer, you will not do this kind of thing. We know of a case where a pastor in a renowned church died only for the wife to discover that I had a whole full family in Abuja.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, he had a complete family in Lagos, complete family in Abuja. When he leaves the family in Lagos, he's going for mission work
in Abuja.
When he leaves the family in Abuja, he's going for mission work in Lagos.
Now, wow.
A pastor in a well-known church. I'm not going to mention the name of the church, but that story was breaking news. Because it was shocking. It shook everyone. That what?
That's what they call it. It choke.
Well, a lot of men do things out of selfishness. Some do it because they've gotten the wrong counsel. Like I said, somebody has said, if you tell her, she will plan how they will kill you and collect your property. I don't know how a woman, in all sincerity, although we've seen some women get rid of their husbands, even, do you understand?
Yes.
But it all boils down to a breakdown in a relationship between two individuals. For there to be that level of distrust. because it's only when you don't trust somebody that you hide things from.
You're right.
It's only when you don't trust the person. Maybe you are afraid the person will kill you and come and take your person, or the person will inform. I
Yeah,
mean,
you're very right.
We can speculate from today till tomorrow. The fact remains that at the end of the day, there was no trust in that relationship.
Absolutely. Okay.
So before anyone gets married, forget the wedding. The wedding is just for a couple of hours.
Okay,
Some people will say it's a full day. It's not. Full day is 24 hours. You can't be doing wedding for 24 hours.
What are you marrying?
It's just for a couple of hours. That's where you have all the funfair, all the glamour and everything. The real marriage is when the both of you shut your front door after everyone has gone and said congratulations, happy married life. When you shut the door, I look at you, you look at me, it's just the two of us. That's where the real marriage comes in. And it's left for every couple to decide that, look, this is how we're going to be. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, from the relationship stage, you start having those discussions.
Yes.
Start planning your life together. Especially once he's proposed and you guys are officially engaged. If you're
I don't think women do those things.
You don't.
After the proposal, that's what they are.
The next thing is how many people they'll have on their bridal train, what they are going to wear, how they'll go shopping in Dubai and all that. All those things are secondary. The main thing is, before you even say yes when a man proposes, if he comes and I said there are certain things we need to talk about and agree on, that this is how we want to run our home. And if you see any red signs, it's better to just break up the engagement than to have a lifetime of sorrowing or divorce. As far as I'm concerned, they definitely, like I keep saying it, that relationship was flawed on all levels.
Why do you hide things that will profit your family
from your spouse?
Why will you hide something that you know, okay, this is for us? After all, are you building the house just for yourself? The property is now for you, your wife, and your children.
Yeah. What?
Meanwhile, why are you trying to cheat?
When you sorry to cut in. When he probably wants to fill in because you go to the hospital, they give you a form to fill.
Next of kin. You carry your wife, plaster them there in capital letters. So now hospital now be the work where she come do for life. So she not good to then talking for property. Now for hospital. You know, it's funny and everything, but this is reality.
Yes.
You know. And you know, I like to talk about things like this on Real Life Talk with Blessing because we have young people listening. We have mature people listening. You'll be shocked. Someone will listen and tell you, oh, this is my story. Oh, this has happened to me or to my friend. So that's why I like to talk about it. So as a man, please, if you're listening, your wife is your partner. If you live with someone you don't trust, then why live with them? For the women also, I don't know how they deal with things like this in all sincerity, but like Essie said, before you go into marriage, there are things you need to talk about so that you don't end up in a dilemma. These are real life stories. This is someone's story, you know. So please try as much as you can to work as a team. Marriage is teamwork.
Yes, it is. And we all come with our flaws.
Yes.
No one is perfect.
I hope we'll see you again on the show.
Oh, sure. Anytime.
I trust you. So guys, thank you for always joining us on Real Life Talk with Blessing. Talk to you again. Bye.